Hi everyone, welcome back to Flourish Field. In today's video, we're going to be creating a project related to Ocean Live and Sea Live. Now in this video, we're going to be looking at conditionals, broadcasts, events, sounds, majorly all of these modules that we have here, except blocks. Alright, now let's get started as we create this project. Now as you can see, the first thing I need to do is to give my project a name, and I'm going to call it Ocean Live Project or Ocean Live by Flourish Field. Now I'm going to make this a storytelling project because I want to start from the basics to the advanced level. So I will make it a storytelling project, but it is going to be a bit advanced. Alright, so now let's delete our sprite. I've saved my work. Please ensure that you can share your work. If you cannot share your work, people will not be able to access your project. So you should be able to share your work by confirming the information sent to your email address. Yeah. So now let's continue. This is the environment we've actually created our project. The first thing we need to do is to select our backdrop, and I'm going to be picking this underwater because it's a sea life project. Remember what I said. So these are our backdrops, underwater 1 and underwater 2. That's the first thing. Now the second thing I will be doing is to select our characters. Now the first thing I need to do is that whenever I click on the flag, I want this backdrop to appear on the screen. This backdrop right here. This is the backdrop I want. Now to do that, I need to go to the backdrop and I'll click on when flag is clicked. Now when flag is clicked, I want to switch the backdrop to this backdrop right here. So switch backdrop. Now please ensure that that is the backdrop you want. Okay, it's called backdrop 2, so that's it. Alright, so that whenever I click on the flag right now, it remains on this backdrop. You see that? So that's the first thing we've done. Now the second thing is I want to have some text on the screen, and then I want to have a button to start my I want to have a button to start my storytelling. Now to do that, I'm going to paint text. Now I'm going to say Ocean Live Story. Ocean Live Story by Michael. Yeah, something like that. Or you could find something creative by saying the prodigal. No, don't let me use that. Let me use the hungry shark. Yeah, that sounds interesting. And I could decide to change the font family. As you can see right now, I could decide to change the font family. Here I could decide to change the font family and then make it bigger. Yeah, that's it. I could decide to change the font family to something else. Could be serif. Let's just find something really cool. I think I like that. And then make it big. And put it at the center. Alright, that's it. And then you could change the color. If you feel this color is, you could change the color. Let's pick something a bit dark. Nope. So just select a color that will blend with. Alright, let's check that out. Alright, so the hungry shark, sorry. And then we want to have another backdrop. Sorry, I said backdrop. We want to have another sprite. So click on select a sprite. and I'm going to scroll down to the sprite right there. Maybe probably I want to have it right there or in the middle, the Hungry Shark. And then I'm going to write some things. So click on text and then click on the text like that, and then see what's click here, click here, click here to start story or something like that. To start, yeah, I think it's fine like that. Click here to start, and you could decide to reduce the size of the text like that and place it at the center. Yeah, click here to start. I could decide to change the color. It depends on what you want. It depends on your taste. I could decide to change the color to white. Let's see how that looks like. Alright, I think it's better. Alright, so that's it. So I have my button and I have my text, the title. Now, but I want the title to, move. I could write code to make the title move left, right. Now, to make it move left, right, all you need to do is to write some code. Now, you click on the sprite. You click on the sprite that you want to animate, which is the text, and you come to when flag is clicked. Obviously, we want it to respond to when we click on the flag. So you drag your when flag is clicked as an event, and you go to motions. And now we want it to move in such a way that we want it to move left, right, something like that continuously. Now to do that, you go to glide. Glide. Now look at it. This is going to glide from this position to this position. That's the gliding. So now to glide now, we want it to first go to the left hand side. So we're going to say like minus, let's say minus 40. And then we want it to go to plus 40. Now let's test run that and check that out. It goes left and right. So we need to make it move further. Let's say 60. Now let's check it out again now. It goes left and right. Now that's it. Now to make it a continuous process, you need to go to control and select what? I don't want it to be forever, so I'll just pick a repeat block, and I could just make it. Alright, let's make it forever because there's something we're going to do to that. So make it forever loop. Now, so when I click on the flag now, it goes left, right, and then it keeps going like that, like that. So now that's the first thing that we've done to animate our text. Now, another thing that you can do is to change the color, but I'm not going to be doing that right now. So that's the first thing. That's the first thing. Now the second thing is, okay, what I want is when I click on the flag, at least I want this text to start from the center, so from the middle. Now to do that, you go to motion and then you say go to block. Now this is the original position of the block. So when you click on flag now, no, but before you do that, you have to first place it at the center and then go to your go to position, go to that's it. But you have to just change the y-axis to 25 so that it stays on the same. Now, so when you click on the flag, it starts moving from the center before it starts moving left or right. Stop, click again, see, start from center. And then when it finishes, I'm sorry, let's change this to repeat 10. So that when it finishes also, when it stops, it returns back to the center. So now that's the way we want it. Now our text is moving. We've been able to animate our text so far. Now the next thing we want to do is to play music at the background. Now to do that, you go to when flag is clicked. We want that also to respond to when we click on the flag. So you go to event and then say when flag is clicked. Now when we click on the flag, we want music to start playing at the background. To do that, you go to sounds and then you select sound again and then you click on this to choose the sound of your choice. Alright, so let's pick any sound of our choice. Alright, I think I like this bossa nova. So now that's the bossa nova. That's what is going to be playing at the background. So when I go to code, I just say play bossa nova on the background. So let's see that and then check. Alright, so it's a short sound. So I'm going to put the repeat block. Yeah, let's just use that for now. For now, let's use that. And so that when I click on, I feel this is moving too fast. Alright, so let's kind of like change the, maybe let's reduce this the distance a bit to -30. Alright, now let's check that out. Yeah, I think it's better that way. Now we've been able to add sound and animate our text. So now the next thing for us to do, which is going to be the last thing for this first video, is how to link from one stage to another stage when you click on this button. Now to do that, you click on your button sprite and then you say what? Go to event and say, and this time around we're not picking when flag is clicked, so we're going to select what? When this sprite clicked. Now what this means is that whatever code you're going to add to this block of code would respond to when you click the sprite. So now what do we want to do? The first thing we want to do is we want to change the backdrop, right? But there's a good way to do that. Now to do that, you need to first broadcast a message. Now broadcast simply means sending information from one sprite to another sprite or to another backdrop. And then whenever the backdrop catches the message, you can use that message as a function or as a point of reference. So now this time around, we're going to be creating a broadcast that says what? Start game. So we're going to be broadcasting a message called a start game. Now, when I click on this, nothing is happening because none of this sprite or backdrop has received the broadcast message. So now to change the backdrop, we need the backdrop to actually receive that message. So we go to backdrop and then we say when I start game. Alright, so don't forget that the sprite that is actually publishing this broadcast is when you click on this button. So now when the backdrop receives this message, we want to switch backdrop from underwater 1 to what? From underwater 2 to underwater 1. Now this would actually help us change the backdrop. Now let's check that out as we go. So when we click on flag, when I click on it now, you see it's changing. The backdrop actually changed, but there were a lot of things that went wrong. Now the first thing that went wrong is the music is still playing at the background, the text is still showing, the button is still showing. Those are problems. Now let's check that out again. So when I click on the flag now, music has played. Now when I click on this, now how do we make this disappear and this disappear? It's easy. Now the first thing you need to do is to go back to the text sprite, and we need this text sprite also to receive that broadcast message so that we can actually work with that. So to do that, you go to event and say what? When I receive start game. Now whenever this sprite receives start game, we want it to disappear. Now how do we make it disappear? To make it disappear, all you need to do is to use this function called change color. but this time around we're going to change it to what? Ghosts. Now when you change ghost effect by 100, automatically it goes off. But now let's check that out. Hold on, let's check that out. So when you click on flag, now nothing happens. Now the reason why nothing happened is because you are changing ghost effect directly by 100, and that is too much. So you need to change ghost effect by, say, 10, and then you can now put it in a loop. So go to control and then say what? Repeat 10. Now what you're telling the sprite is, okay, we need to change this ghost effect by 10, and then keep repeating it until it is 10 times, until you have repeated it 10 times. Now let's check that one more time. Now this would actually make the text fade off. Now let's check that one more time. So when you click on the flag, did you see that? The text actually went off. You see that? The text actually went off. So that is how to make the text fade off. Now you can also repeat this same step for the button. Now to do that, it's as simple. Just go to event and say when I receive start game. When I receive that game, and then I also want to repeat 10 times. What am I repeating 10 times? Change ghost effect. Change ghost effect. Ghost means what? To disappear by 10. Alright, so you might be asking me, why am I repeating 10 times? Well, I'm repeating 10 times because we've actually changed ghost effect by 10. 10 times 10 is what? 100. So that makes it a perfect way of making our sprite disappear. So if you decide to say repeat 5 times, if you're repeating 5 times now, what do you think this change ghost effect will be? Don't forget, we are trying to achieve 100%. You can pause the video and make a guess before you continue. Alright, welcome back. If you said 10, you're wrong. If you said 20, you're correct. But now let's check it out for 10. And then click on flag. Now it's did not fit. You see now it's not 100% because you can still see it there. But now let's check 20. That will make a perfect disappearance of the sprite. Now let's go again now. It goes off. Now you can see we have two different methods. We're using ghost effect 20 and then repeat 5 times, and then we're using ghost effect 10, repeat 10 times. It's going to give us the same effect, but you need to just come out with a style, with a method. Alright, so that we've done that. Now we need to stop the music when we click on the flag. Oh, sorry, when we click on the button. Now let's go again. That's it. But now we need to stop the music when we click the button. Now to do that, go to the background and then you say what? When I receive start game. Now when I receive start game, I want to reduce the volume. So I'm going to say change volume by say 10, and then we're going to repeat that 10 times. So now this is also going to make a perfect reduction in volume because it's 100%. Now let's check that out one more time. But before you do this, you need to first set volume to 100 whenever you click on flag, so that it always go back to 100% whenever you click on flag. So you can see that. So now let's check that out. That's it. Now we've been able to achieve something. Now our underwater is ready for storytelling. Now the last thing we're going to be doing in this video before I call it a day is we want to make our sprite appear after we've clicked the start button. Now to do that, you first need to select the sprites that you need. Now I'm just going to type fish. Am I going to get anything? Alright, yeah, fish. So I'm going to pick shark. Yeah, we're going to have a shark, and we're going to have also Let me try fish again. And then we're gonna have, oh, we have different fish right there. So I'm gonna pick fish. Alright, that's it. But now we're gonna be duplicating. For now, let's still hold on with the two. Now these are the two character that we want, but we don't want them when we click flag. We don't want them right there. We want them off. So now to do that, we go to the shark, and then we say when we click on the flag, we want it to disappear. To disappear, we just go to loops and then we hide. That's all. You need to just hide it. Okay? Because we don't want it to show at first. And then we want to set the size to be 100%. That's the only thing we want. So now when you click on this, now it goes off. Now for the second fish also, we want it that when we click on the flag, when flag is clicked, we want it to face the shark. It's a bold fish. Okay, no, for now, let's leave it that way. We want to reduce the size of the fish. So we go to loops and then scroll down to set size to 50%. And we want to hide this shark. No, sorry, we want to hide this fish. So now when we click on flag down, it's off. But when we click on the button, we want the fish and the shark to appear. Okay, we want the fish and the shark to appear. Now we're going to try something. To try that, we just go to events and then we say when I receive start game. Now can you see the importance of broadcast? Broadcast has made it so easy. You understand? We're just catching the broadcast message and then we're using it to transform our project. Now when I receive start message, I want this guy to appear. Now to do that, we're still going to use the fade effect. Alright, so we go to change, ghost effect, and then we're going to be repeating that 10 times. And then, but now we're going to be repeating this one minus 10 times. We are opposing the ghost effect. Now the opposite of ghost effect is appear. Now let's try that if that will work for the shark. Now it's not working because we have not actually told. It's not working because we have not actually told the code to show. Don't forget that no matter what the effect might be, it has to still show. So now what we are going to do right now is, and then we don't want it to just pop up something like this. This is what we're avoiding. We don't want it to pop up, say like this. Go to show. Yeah. So this is what we're avoiding. Check it out now. We don't want this. It's not going to give us that effect that we need. Alright, we don't want it to just show up. We want it to come out slowly. You understand? Now to do that, actually, we can actually put a show at the bottom. Now there's need for it to test run your code to see if it's going to work or not. So let's check that out one more time. Now it came out. Did anybody see that? Let's go again. You see, it came out. Now let's check the difference. This one just appeared. But now this came out slowly. Check that out. You see that? There was a wait and then it appeared. I think that's still okay. I think that's still okay actually. Or we could just take off this if this is not working. And then we could just say wait 1 second. And then appear and then show. But that's still fine. Yeah, I think I like that one. I think it's better that way. So that's it right there. So that's the first one. And then we want it to make a sound like a pop sound, like pop, 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 pop. Something like that. So to do that again, we're going to say when I receive start game, you're going to time it the same timing. Wait 1 second and then make the pop sound. Pop. Just one. Something like that. Yeah. Oh, okay, water drop. Alright, I think I like that. Yeah. So let's check that out again. Just to give it effect. Yeah. I think I love that. So there's a sound. Something like that. So now let's do the same thing for our fish. Now our fish is going to wait. Now it's going to be when I start game, I want to wait for 2 seconds. It doesn't have to be the same time, okay? For 2 seconds, and I want it to show. Now we want it to make the same sound, so we're going to just duplicate, and this time around we're not showing, we're just playing sound. Ocean wave, play sound. Then let's change the sound from okay, let's check that out. Let's see. Now let's go. Yeah, so that's it. That's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've been able to learn 1 or 2 things from our project today. In the next video, there's going to be a kind of conversation between the shark and the fish before the shark now starts chasing the fish. All right, so I hope you enjoyed it. I want you to subscribe, like, and comment in the comment section below if there's any parts that you did not understand. All right, stay blessed and keep flourishing. Bye.